신경 쓰세지?
Last track of the album, Enough. I mean, we can't really explain everything. We recommend that you watch our reaction to the rest of the album. We've done every single track here so far. So check those out if you want to be caught up with the proper context here. But we've been loving every single track.
True.
Like our life depended on it.
Yeah.
Like this was an amazing album.
We even said it. It's one of the best albums,
Best album
of the year.
Exactly, exactly. It's like not only did it subvert our expectations, but it also exceeded some of our expectations that we had really high, like Selfish Waltz, and all that we had talks about, Deep Dive and how we love
Man
Ice on
on-
My Teeth,
yeah,
Man on Fire.
Fire.
Everything was amazing, including Scene 1 Value,
Oh, dude.
which isn't even like a proper like full-length
No,
track.
no,
It's a lead
no.
up. So anyways, last track. This was one of the most like different
Exactly.
track, from the preview as well as Lee Mujin Service where San sang it. So we're just gonna jump right into it, talk about the music and everything as usual. And before we start, if you want more ATEEZ content, we're reacting to every single ATEEZ tracks in order, shows like Celery Lopang, Wanties, Fever Road, and all that. So check that out if you want. Otherwise, let's get this party started.
God dang! Ooh.
3, 2, 1, click.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so excited. Heard about this. Hey.
So I guess every member's vocal tone changed.
Yeah.
Cool.
Only track with different tone, right?
Even Yeosang's different. Thanks to Lee Mujin.
Wow, this is
And you put it light over here.
You remember that moment that we should together. 다른 누구보다 나에게 더 가깝게 졌던 just take a breath. That's enough. Sometimes you gotta move forward. Just take it step by step, and then you'll notice you found your place. Hold on to your ground. Doesn't matter how. They don't even care. So then what's your job? Don't stop believing how you got there. Hold on to that feeling. Gotta make it fall in love. When all the words are closing, when the words start to bear, when you feel like you know it.
there's so many things.
What is this thing at the back?
Dirt. Whoa! Whoa. There are so many things.
Wow.
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
Okay,
Amazing.
okay.
Amazing. Amazing. What a way to end the album.
Wow.
It's so moving. What a way to end the album.
Exactly. Wow.
Let's talk about the music first before anything. I do have some things to talk about the lyrics. So if you want to know more about proper translation of what the members are saying in Korean, then stick around. But let's start with the music.
Before I forget, It's a few things. For the first listen, it may not be the most impactful song that you have ever heard, but like as you listen more and more, it's definitely gonna grow in you, and it's gonna be just keep like your regular listen. That's what I feel like, and that's the first of all. And the second thing, this doesn't sound like ATEEZ at all.
Like musically, you mean?
Musically,
Okay.
yes.
Yep. True.
All the members' tones became different, especially when it's in English, and it doesn't sound like K-pop. Also, it just sounds more like a pop song, just as we said in the preview. Might also really work well with the female singers too, and it's definitely a good song on stadium. Everybody just like, God damn, blah, blah. That's gonna be real good, and especially this one, could have like a concert music video. You know what I mean? Like like a compilation type of thing. That'll be good.
Continuing with what you just said about the impact, I do want to say that because we were listening to the album from start to finish, and we've been thinking about what each song is representing, what it's saying, what kind of love story are they telling, is it not a love story? Some people say that this album is all about love. So I've been sleeping on the theme of this album for quite some time now, especially since we've been listening to a track per week or every couple days. So I had time to absorb each track after we react to it and talk about it. And in that regard, I think this last song is impactful even on your first listen. Because for me, especially because you know that I always listen to try to at least listen to the lyrics. I sort of messed that up with Selfish Waltz because I was so excited. But for the most part, I try to think about what the music is saying lyrically as well. And this song was extremely moving and also very different from the rest of the tracks. Because especially if you think about the first track, Deep Dive, that had a sense of isolation, loneliness, almost like desolation. But this one, by the end, it's encouraging. There's a sense of relief. There's a hopefulness. It's brighter. It's like a 노을, if you will. Compared to like darkness, sunset or sunrise. Both, but just orange, not like just blue sky daylight.
No, it's more yellow.
Exactly, there's that feel to it. And it feels like the members are singing this to others, but also to each other. That's what it feels like. It's an ATEEZ song. Is what it also feels like. Story about themselves. And speaking of which, somebody mentioned to us that Seonghwa was the one who decided on the word ocean instead of, was it river or something else? We just read it, so we're not sure the context around it. But that was really cool to know as well that Seonghwa contributed to creating one of the most important lines of the song.
The fuck? It's them again?
It's everybody here.
You know what I thought? I thought this wasn't Eden-ary.
Oh, right. Yeah,
because the sound and...
I mean, they can do anything.
Wow.
They can do anything.
Dang. I thought it was going to be like at least somebody else.
Like just
somebody
added on top of?
added on top of like, you know, or like at least an arrangement different or wow, guys.
Same guys.
Wow.
Remember, Hongjung, Mingi, Eden, Maddox, you know, Pepperoni Olive. Everybody's here.
I feel like there's no such a genre that they cannot
exactly
do.
Everybody's here. Speaking of which, we know there's like a remixed version of Ice on My Teeth, which we'll get to as well. But kind of continuing with this music talk before we get to the lyrics, I do want to say that there were tons of layers and they were all reverberated. It was all like just ping-ponging everywhere, left, right, and they did the mix so well that, because like I feel like the amount of things that were present at a single moment, at a given moment, it feels like it should have kind of canceled each other out or felt a bit, you know, muddled or something, like dirty. But it wasn't. It was so clean. I still don't know how they mix this kind of song, man. It's crazy.
Because if you think about it, there aren't that many. What I'm saying is source-wise. Like they're kind of like layered or stuff like that. But if you think about it, there's bass, drum, synth type of thing at the back. And it's mostly like the vocals adding on top of it. And other than that, it's like small things that they add. There's this brass sounding thing, but it's not brass in it, in the pre-chorus part. I thought that was really clever.
What's this? I just noticed in the middle that the doop, like that's present from start to finish. And you know, like those sounds, once you catch it, you can't unhear
Oh
it.
yeah,
and
just
it
keep
keeps,
repeating.
like, yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
It was there the whole time?
Yeah, and I
Oh,
was
yeah,
like, is
okay,
that a
okay.
guitar? And then I realized, yeah, it's not a guitar.
Yeah.
So different types of synth, but similar quality, right?
Yeah,
Similar sounding synth. And and tons of stuff. They just kind of do different pans, right? Sometimes it's really extreme.
And I think
sometimes it's
they
here.
played a lot with their vocals, like you
Yeah.
know, the back vocals also making it
yeah.
expanding, you know, like wide and big. Especially the reverb works the most.
So let's just like briefly go through the lyrics. It's not anything too crazy. Just want to make sure that it's translated correctly. So it's mainly with Mingi's line here. 두려움이 많아서 넘어질 듯한 I'm so scared I feel like I might fall. It's not exactly like a full sentence like that. It's more of a fragmented sentence that leads to the next one. But they got the gist of it. But then next one is 순간도 나를 믿지 못해 숨기기에 급해. It says I can't believe you for even a moment, which is not true.
No.
It's about I can't trust myself.
How
in
did
a
they end up
hurry,
becoming you? This was
to
just
hide it. I don't know.
pretty direct.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's what it is. So it's I can't believe myself for even a second. And then he says, "Why don't you try hiding it?" But it's what's wrong with hiding it?
Yeah.
So let's just try it.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go. That's
Yeah.
what he says. So that really changes the meaning of everything, I think. Which also I think was auto-tuned, right?
Mingi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, which was also cool.
And his tone became lighter. Yeah.
Which is like the opposite of the rest of the track, because like Mingi got a little lower,
lower
and heavier and
different
straightforward
flow.
Yeah, and everybody was whispery, but for this one, it's sort of the opposite. I think there's a part where Wooyoung and Seonghwa is flipped. Yeah, I didn't even know, but I think this one, 140. Yeah, I did think, is that Seonghwa? I didn't think it's Wooyoung, but I was like, but I feel like it's really hard to tell. But
yeah, it's because all distorted and stuff like that.
All
So yeah,
touched.
Yeah.
But thank you for clarifying. That helps. But yeah, I mean that's about it for the lyrics too. Otherwise, like thematically, this is very hopeful, and again, it feels like this is an encouragement to others as well as to ATEEZ members to each other. So it's really really nice to see this as like the ending piece, especially after like series of very dark and heartbreaking lyrics and sounds. What's your favorite so far after listening to all 6? I saw my teeth.
Yeah, because. Yeah,
Let's do this. What's your like personal favorite, as in the one you would listen to the most, and then what do you think is the most interesting musically?
Okay, the first one will be definitely Ice on My Teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna go like sick about it, or it's gonna be
And
really
it's also,
good.
like, it's your vibe too, right?
Yeah, and it's gonna be really good on performance stage too.
Sure.
For the musically, I would. Wow, honestly. All the B-side tracks were amazing for the musicality because it's all different. It's like you're going to Italian and you're going to Japanese and it's a different cuisine. Yeah,
okay.
It's like I don't know why, but it just pasta came up.
Sure.
The deep dive is different.
Man on Fire is
Yeah, Man on
different.
Fire is different. It's a total different genre. So
But
like,
then
everything was so
should
impactful.
we connect it to like considering it's 80s? What do you think is like the most daring and most interesting musically?
Considering it's 80s is definitely
This
enough.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering it's 80s, yeah.
That's true. I would
Yeah,
agree.
yeah,
I would
yeah.
agree. This is very bold. We never thought that this day would come.
But I feel like the impact-wise, or it's probably because of our condition, that Man on Fire was like the most like shocking thing in terms of just like punching you hard.
Like surprise
Yeah,
factor.
surprise
Definitely
factor.
because we actually heard the most
we just heard like
part
chorus
in the
part.
preview.
Yep.
And yet it felt different when, you know, in the grand scheme of things, which is very surprising and impressive musically speaking, that they would be able to manage to change the impact of the same sound.
What about you?
Sure. I would still choose Deep Dive as my favorite.
Okay.
It's such a bob. I love it.
So for musicality,
considering ATEEZ, I agree.
ATEEZ, okay,
enough. Otherwise, I also like Selfish Waltz.
Yes,
because it's got many different sounds that are, you know,
I mean,
fun.
honestly, because the scene 1 is not the full song. Just exclude that. Like everything we can't really choose.
Yeah.
Honestly, this album is just so fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the best of the year.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
And Ice on My Teeth has its own charms that I like about it. I think each track deserves a medal with different titles. Yeah. You know what I mean? For this, for musicality, for this, for whatever. Yeah. So, and the music video for Ice on My Teeth was so good. So it's like...
I still can't get over with.
To choose. But I will go with Deep Dive and Selfish Waltz. I'll just stop there. But anyways, that's all the tracks. Like we said, we were considering reacting to the remixed versions. Maybe we'll do that, maybe not. We're not sure. We might only do that for Patreon again. But if we do that, we'll make sure to share it, at least a part of it on YouTube. But please let us know though if you want to see that. We might just do that for YouTube if there's enough people. Also, let us know what your favorite track is at this very moment as you're watching this, if you're still here. And more importantly, what do you think is a better album between Golden Hour Part 1 and Part 2? We would love to know your thoughts. We'll see you in the next one, everybody. Take care. Crystal Vig,
황제 곽,
Mari Amo,
Zuzana Smrkova,
Aileen Garcia,
Lena,
Laura Lund,
Angskru,
B Smiley,
MJ,
Torko, Loy,
Butter J1,
Ashlyn,
Eske,
Julie,
Margaret J,
임명 _
Riru 734,
Wilho,
Benny,